Do not rock the shoe field. I need to listen a few Jones. My heart ain't ready for the Rolling Stones. John Foster captured hearts across the USA together with his soulful voice and humble presence on American Idol Season 23. The 18-year-old Quick stood out no longer just for his traditional US of A sound, however for his genuine personality and deep emotional performances. However these days, a cloud of hypothesis has began to shape round John Foster. Whispers and rumors that would threaten his status at the show. Join us as we tell you what you failed to recognize about John Foster from American Idol. Whilst the solar goes down, a Nomi feeling comes via my door and the entire global turns. John Foster Benoit III became born on July 9, 2006 inside the small town of Addis, Louisiana, in which lifestyle, community, and circle of relatives values run deep. He was raised in a household that emphasized hard work and religion. John grew up surrounded by way of the sounds of conventional U.S. music and the robust cultural roots of southern Louisiana. His circle of relatives owns and operates Benoit Country Meat Block, a butcher store that his grandparents opened in 1982. Over time, the store has grown to be extra than just a nearby business. It is a meeting area for the community and a symbol of the Benoit-owned family's deep connection to their homeland. Growing up across the circle of relatives-run enterprise taught John the importance of consistency, humility, and service. These trends have stayed with him throughout his journey. From a younger age, he confirmed a quiet focus and a deep admire for the traditions he was born into. Whilst lots of his peers had been centered on common teenage distractions, John remained grounded. John's access into track came later than Maximum. At age 15, he acquired his first guitar, a gift that changed the path of his existence. Without a formal education, he commenced coaching himself how to play, mastering by using ear and leaning on the steering of his uncle, Galen Martin. In preference to chasing trends, John gravitated closer to the undying voices of George Strait, Merle Haggard, and Conway Twitty. The one's traditional influences formed his sound. Regardless of the overdue begin, John failed to hesitate to place himself available. Via neighborhood performances and circle of relatives connections, he observed himself sharing the level with mounted country acts like John Schneider and Doug Stone. Those opportunities gave him a taste of the expert Tune International and helped build his self-assurance. Although he hadn't studied voice or song concept, what he lacked in formal education, he made up for in determination and authenticity. Before his American Idol audition, John became an excessive accomplishing pupil with a strong experience of motive. He attended Brusley High College wherein he excelled academically, graduating as valedictorian in 2024. Along his studies, Tune became constantly a first-rate a part of Jay's life. He failed to simply sing. He additionally dreamed of recovery. On the time of his audition, Foster became a freshman at LSU, analyzing biology with the long-term goal of turning into a singing oncologist, mixing his passion for music with a choice to help others. His Catholic faith also played a significant position in his worldview, influencing his values and his songwriting. John Foster's American Idol audition became one of the most memorable of the modern season. He walked in with a cowboy hat, 3 purple coolers complete of homemade Cajun food, and the sort of unbothered calm that cannot be faked. He didn't try to impress. He became just being himself. He started with Alan Jackson's Don't Rock the Jukebox, but it changed into Conway Twitty's Goodbye Time that grew to become hits. His voice had this quiet pain to it. Not anything overdone, not anything flashy, just actual. Luke Bryan, in the beginning unconvinced, changed his no to a yes mid-audition. Honestly stuck off Protect via how deeply the tune landed while John sang it. In a competition in which many are chasing fame or document offers, John's motive for singing felt refreshingly different. He honestly wants to carry human beings' pleasure. John is about on becoming a medical doctor, in particular an oncologist. But song is not just a hobby for him. His dream is to someday be making a song health practitioner, the use of song to comfort and connect to patients. It's the type of concept that could sound unrealistic coming from a person else, but with John, it feels honest. He's now not just in it for the spotlight. He is in it to make a distinction. To the viewer's joy, John walked out of the room with a golden price ticket, and it because he made everybody in that room experience something sincere. John's maximum powerful second on American Idol got here whilst he sang a music he wrote for his overdue friend Maggie Dunn, who was killed in a sad automobile accident on New Year's Eve in 2022. Maggie, excessive college cheerleader from John's fatherland, becomes simply 17 while she and her pal Caroline Gill lost their lives after a police officer crashed into their car at some stage in a high-paced chase. It became a loss that shook the whole community and one that virtually nevertheless lives close to Jay's heart. The music titled informed that Angel I Really Like Her wasn't only a tribute. It became a grief-stricken conversation with the universe. On Degree, John stood on my own with his guitar, visibly holding return tears as he added lyrics filled with longing, ache, and a sort of grace which could best come from lived in joy. The refrain, Lord, won't you tell that angel I really like her as soon as you could, became simple, but it hit tough. Lord, you tell that angel I like her as quickly as you can. There was no theatrics, simply emotion. Via the give up, John whispered, I really like you, Maggie, and wiped his eyes. The room was silent. The judges were visibly moved. Carrie Underwood, known as It's Stunning, praising his old-school United States voice and emotional honesty. Luke Bryan admitted the overall performance eliminated all doubts approximately Jay's region at the show. Lionel Richie stated his performance felt like actual lifestyles. When John shared his grief via his tune, it had become a moment of real catharsis, an emotional release he hadn't fully reached till that night. The overwhelming assist from visitors and judges showed he'd achieved the right element by way of starting up and turning his pain into something meaningful. As John keeps to upward push in reputation on American Idol, making it to the top 10 of season 23, a swirl of rumors and misinformation has accompanied him into the spotlight. One of the key rumors recommended that John changed into 24 years antique, plenty older than the age. These allegations were totally unfaithful. John showed he has no private or professional connection to Dwight and isn't signed to any label as of now. Even his name stirred debate. His complete call is John Foster Benoit, however he is going by way of his middle call, something that led to speculation about his identification. He explained that the Cajun food he delivered to his audition came from his own family's meat market in Louisiana, in addition reinforcing his deep neighborhood ties. Even as the net chatter hasn't derailed his adventure, John's response showed a clear choice to set the report instantly and hold the spotlight where it belongs on his song and performances. Now that John Foster is gaining countrywide attention for his excellent singing, it's no marvel that enthusiasts, especially many curious admirers, are wondering approximately his dating reputation. Nicely, this information might smash a few hearts, but John is off the market. He is currently in a relationship with Brooklyn Bourke, his high-faculty sweetheart. The two started courting in the course of their time at Brusley Excessive School, in which Brooklyn became a cheerleader. Their bond has remained strong whilst John's music profession started out to take off. Brooklyn has been quietly cheering him on behind the scenes and even traveled with him to Hawaii for his top 24 performance. She's also been spotted within the live display audiences showing assist. At the same time as John hasn't made a massive display of their dating, it is clear she plays a steady role in his lifestyles.